News, Fox 17 Morning News at 7 starts right now.
Breaking overnight, police are on the lookout for a hit-and-run driver who killed a jogger in Kalamazoo County and left the scene.
Breaking internationally, the Brazilian Senate has voted to impeach the country's first woman president, the latest controversy for a nation set to host the Olympics in just a few short weeks.
Cloudy, rainy morning to start with a few rumbles of thunder. We'll let you know when this rain ends and what's expected for the weekend ahead.
And the morning crew tried their hands at my game. Coming up a little bit later to see how they did with me and my Granville lacrosse team.
We did fantastic.
Yeah, you guys did all right.
If you want to call it that.
We'll show everybody how you did here in a little bit. Good morning, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Mike Avery.
And I'm Deanna Falzo. And of course, we are live and local for the next couple of hours here. Let's check in with Gary Frank for a look at the forecast. Yesterday was such a nice day.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be not bad today. It's warm still, but we have rain this morning, as you can see in our tower cam, and it's starting to work its way into the downtown Grand Rapids area, Byron Center, Kentwood, Ada, and Lowell. And then some of the heaviest rainfall right now, but it's still diminishing. You see at least some of these yellows near Fulton, Carson City, and near Alma. This is sliding off to the northeast at a pretty slow pace. And then there's a little bit more where that came from, the back edge, as this cold front is settling in. Now, it is not going to cool us down a bunch today, but it is going to put a cap on our temperatures, which right now are at 61. We're at 40. We were at 49 in Milwaukee. It's at 51. But that's a sign of the cooler air that's going to settle in. It's not cold, but it is going to switch our wind direction. So expect for tulip time today, actually clearing out because there's a parade today, and we are going to see just a little bit of just kind of a hold on our temperatures. It's not going to cool down. A little bit of rain to start, and then by the early afternoon when that parade begins, should be nice. Maybe a little sunshine. In a few minutes, we're going to talk more about the rest of the weekend. I know the big parade's on Saturday. It's going to be cold. We'll talk about that and when the rain ends today coming up.
Fox 17 traffic looking pretty good going through the lane closures. You can see this at the MDOT camera at Leonard in the southbound side, but southbound side is very slow from about 6 Mile getting into the lane closure as everybody lines up single file. So that's really the only slowdown that we have around West Michigan at the moment. Yeah, northbound 131, actually moderate level of traffic at 28th Street and no slowdown there. As for the construction around the Cascade 96 interchange, of course, you have the lane closures on Cascade Road, not only over the freeway, but over at Forest Hill Avenue. But a heads up for the weekend, you're not going to have access to and from Cascade at East Paris. That side of the intersection will be completely closed over the weekend as part of an extension on this project here. It should be only for the weekend. I'm Rob Westerby, Fox 17 Traffic.
And we're following breaking news this morning of a jogger who was killed by a hit-and-run driver not far from Western Michigan University, and now police are looking for whoever was behind the wheel. Kate Adelsky joining us live now with an update. It sounds like police have found the vehicle involved, Kate.
Yeah, Mike, that's right. Right now we're at the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office, and like you said, there is an update here. We've just got word that police have found a car that is in connection to this deadly hit and run. Now take a look at this video. This is from the scene late last night. Police say a man was out jogging on KL Avenue near the Copper Beach townhomes. That's not far from Western Michigan University, and it is a common place for students at the school to live. Police say a vehicle hit the man and then just took off. When crews arrived on scene, they started treating the victim, but unfortunately he died on the way to the hospital. His name has not yet been released, and there's still no word if he was a student at the university. Now we're going to stay out here all morning and bring you any updates that we get both on air and online at fox17online.com. But in the meantime, if you know anything about this incident, you're being asked to call police. That number is right there on your screen. Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Kate Nadolski, Fox 17 News.
Also in Kalamazoo, police are investigating a stabbing that sent a man to the hospital with critical injuries. It happened around 6:30 last night on Burrell Avenue. When they arrived, officers found a 44-year-old victim had been stabbed in the chest. At last check, he was in critical condition. No one is in custody at this point. Anyone with information is asked to call that number on your screen.
Disturbing new details in an unsolved murder case, a busy day for Donald Trump, and the first sailing of the SS Badger. Nicole DiDonato joins us with your other top stories this morning.
Well, good morning, Deanna. We'll get to those in just a few minutes, but first, major breaking news for the country. It's about to host the Olympic Summer Games. Brazil's president has just been impeached. The Senate voted in favor of a full impeachment trial. Brazil's first female president, Dilma Rousseff, will be suspended from power until that trial happens. The nation's vice president will serve as the interim leader. This impeachment comes less than 3 months before the Summer Olympics get started in Brazil. The country's been dealing with a deep recession, rampant political corruption, and health concerns over the Zika virus. Well, the man accused of killing a new mother in Muskegon County and burying her body is going to trial after some disturbing revelations in court. Yesterday, the judge heard new evidence against Ronald Williams as a medical examiner said that Bobby Maples suffered in her final moments. Maples disappeared in December of 2014, just weeks after giving birth. Her body was later found this past January in Fruitland Township. Testimony included how the two used heroin together and discussed whether Williams was the father of her newborn. Apparently, Maples also wanted him to take a DNA test. And we've also learned that Maples' body had tape over her mouth and nose with a plastic bag over her head. Williams admitted he did bury her but did not kill her. He also admitted to trying committing suicide in jail. Meanwhile, memorial services now set for a Grand Rapids firefighter who died when his boat caught fire and sank. A funeral will be held for David Nisley this Sunday at the Ryers North Valley Chapel. The Grand Rapids Fire Department will be on hand to pay their respects, and there will be also a reception. Nisley died on Sunday following that fire at a marina in Spring Lake. The cause is still under investigation. He had been with the department for 19 years. In an effort to unify the GOP, presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump expected to meet with party officials today. He'll be meeting with House Speaker Paul Ryan, among others, in Washington, D.C. This comes as opponents accuse him of dragging his feet when it comes to his tax returns. Trump says he still won't release those returns until after an IRS audit, claiming, quote, there is nothing to learn from them. And George Zimmerman back in the news this morning. The man who fatally shot Trayvon Martin is putting the gun he used in that shooting up for auction. Back in 2013, Zimmerman was found not guilty of second-degree murder and manslaughter in the 17-year-old's death. After the trial, he got his gun back. That weapon will be up for auction starting at 11 this morning. And today marks the first sale of the season for the fan favorite Badger Lake Michigan Car Ferry. The vessel takes passengers between Ludington and Manitowoc, Wisconsin. But this will be its first time out since being named a National Historic Landmark. To celebrate, they're offering special round-trip fares of $25. Now, according to its Facebook page, they're sold out today, but tickets are still available for tomorrow. You just have to buy them at the Ludington ticket office. That does it for our top stories at this hour. Back to you guys.
All right, Nicole, thank you very much. West Michigan-based Gordon Food Services has agreed to pay $1.85 million after the U.S. government found their hiring practices were discriminatory against women. The U.S. Department of Labor announced the agreement yesterday, which gives that money to 926 women who were qualified to work for Gordon Foods, but were eliminated from the hiring process due to an illegal strength test. In addition to the $1.85 million, the company has agreed to stop using that strength test. The money covers back wages, interest, and benefits, and Gordon Foods is also being ordered to hire 37 women. The company did not admit liability, but says it has now changed its hiring process to ensure fairness.
A couple of West Michigan businesses will be expanding thanks to hundreds of thousands of dollars in state grant money. Kent Quality Foods, which is based in Grand Rapids, is receiving $750,000 as it spends some $35 million to expand into Ottawa County. The specialty meat company is hoping to build a new facility in Jamestown Township, creating 140 jobs. The other is Speak Farms, which is looking to expand its production facility in Paw Paw. They will be adding new products, investing more than $1 million, and adding 55 jobs. The grants come from the Michigan Strategic Fund.
All right, let's talk some sports, Deanna. Former Tigers pitcher Max Scherzer is now a member of a very exclusive club, and he gained entry by throwing 20 strikeouts against his old team. Those 20 Ks tie a major league record for a 9-inning game and put him alongside the likes of Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, and Kerry Wood. He retired 20 Tiger batters. And as the Nationals beat Detroit by the final of 3-2, now this was a pretty colossal achievement in the world of baseball. At least that's what I'm told. But Scherzer has a different word for it.
Tonight was at the end of the night was a special night because I mean the strikeouts are sexy, and to be able to punch out 20, it's sexy.
It's dead sexy. The Tigers would probably argue about the sexiness of last night's game. The last person to throw 20 strikeouts in one game was Kerry Wood. He did it in 1998. Congrats to Max. Not so happy for the Tags fans, right?
No.
They're not thrilled about that. Well, tonight marks the start of what country fans have been looking forward to, a handful of Garth Brooks shows right here in Grand Rapids at Van Andel Arena. You're going.
We are. Talk about sexy. The country superstar is bringing his world tour to GR for 6 shows. It's his first time ever performing in Grand Rapids, and this will be his only appearance in Michigan all year. Brooks is joined by Trisha Yearwood, his wife, on the tour. Tonight's show is at 7:30. Then he's got 2 shows on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 1 final show on Sunday. We actually saw him last year when he was in Detroit as well. He did the same thing, multiple shows in one night, which is incredible. We went to the first show, but I heard even the ones after that were fantastic too.
He's quite the entertainer.
Yeah, he really is.
I'm sure he'll play all his hits.
Yep, looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. 7:10 still ahead.
Checking in with our Jackie Green this morning.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm hanging out with some of the sports teams here at Hamilton. Wave, guys. Guys, I told you, wave! They came so quickly. We'll have more coming up.